The pet was fed, and I was ready to venture off. Hello, my name is Vincent, and this here's my pet Ralph. Today I decided to venture off into the upper world. I'm typically accustomed to dark areas below this, and it's so vast. I decided to go to where this one spot I found last time I was up here. I was just curious. I got lost along the way, and I was worried I wouldn't be able to find my way back. But I stuck to the path. And eventually, I found where I had to go. I wasn't sure how to approach this, but I was still curious. And so I had to take my chances. Obviously, I was sure to be cautious. Hello! And just then I decided to sneak in. Right past him. You couldn't tell exactly how they were going to behave, but I was still just very curious. So I kept myself tucked away for a little while, because, well, I just wanted to be safe. I'm surprised he didn't notice me most of the time. I've never done this before, so obviously I'm not skilled, but eventually I decided to let myself be known. I figured it would be now or never. And so, I basically just waited. This creature seemed to ingest quite a lot. It needed to sustain itself, much more than I'm accustomed to. And that's when we locked eyes. And eventually he sat down, and we had a nice talk. At least, I could only gather certain things from him. He seemed uninterested to be explaining everything around him. And he said this was a common threat amongst his species. I just kept wondering, and just could only ask what more. He went on to explain this thing called cleansing, something that is routinely necessary up here. That's something I'm familiar with, and I didn't feel much different afterwards. And also the concept of warmth. Keeping yourself bundled was imperative, he said. When he got into the subject of music, he mentioned how there were many people who devoted their entire lives. Is it devoted or devoted? I forget how he said it. But he said in his case it was just for fun every once in a while. He had no interest in making money from this, which apparently is something that they use to get everything they need and to stay alive. I couldn't grasp exactly what this whole concept was of these sounds in this particular order, but I kept my interest because I wanted to know more. I tried my luck, and it was, as he says, a start. It was strange how he had one of these things. And these particular objects got them from wherever they needed to go. I didn't understand them, but he said they were scared of them, so he just took me home on foot. He said he'd be welcoming me back anytime I felt like it. And I must say, this world seems to be enjoyable. I thanked him for the scarf as well. And we bid each other farewell.
Well, take care of yourself.